Hey, what's up everybody? It's Meredith, Shirk Training. I'm super excited to do a wrist and hand strengthening exercises today because you guys have been asking for it. So I want to give you exactly what you need to strengthen your hands and your wrists so you have no more pain for the floor exercises. So here we go. All right, so the first one we're doing is wrist circles. I'm gonna come towards you, right? So wrist circles, I like to come in and out because what it does is gonna help you stretch all of these tendons and these muscles in your forearms and in your thumbs. So I'm gonna come in and out, kind of rolling in and out this way. You probably be able to feel a little bit too if you make a fist. And if you leave your hands open, it's different as well. Kind of like when you ground down on your feet for a squat. If you put your toes down or your heels down, it's gonna be different. So I put my pressure in my actual wrist and push down and back, I feel it more in the top here. If I push up and back, I'm gonna feel it more in the front of my wrist here. So depending on what your pain is, a front stretch with your wrist, just in the mornings as you wake up, see as it's stretching out all the way up into your forearm, bending a little so you can get a little bit more in your fingers. Then you transition to a fingertip stretch, just pulling back one at a time, not too hard, because what you want to do is just stretch out all the tendons. Your hand can be like this if your muscles in your forearm are in a ball. So I constantly wake up, my hands are like this. I wake up like this sometimes because my fingers in the middle from gripping so much have just decided they want to go down. So I wake up, I'm like, woo! Excited for the day already! But when you're stretching these, it's important that if you have deficiencies and you see something in your hands, to be able to stick with it a little bit longer and not to where you have pressure where it hurts. So notice I'm pushing down each finger. Same thing with this, I'm pushing down each finger, allowing it to stretch open and full inside of your hand. I've been doing a lot of handstands lately, or attempting to, so my wrists have been on fire, but mostly my thumb muscles on fire as well. So what we're gonna do is take your thumbs at opposing pressures, and you're gonna push away. So as you push away, your two thumbs are actually gonna get stretched opposing. All right, so you're stretching there, and I'm stretching here. This way you actually get a big stretch in your thumb so you don't have that little ball of pressure anymore. So I'm gonna back up a little bit, I'm gonna show you on the ground, stretching the front of your wrist as well. So as I stretch the front of my wrist, be sitting in a position and just put a tiny bit of pressure straight on the front, just a tiny bit of pressure, pushing down and back, taking a breath, reaching up with that neck, stretching all the way through the front of your arms. Same thing on the front here, pushing down. Good. And think about too, when you're doing any kind of floor exercise, you wanna make sure that you're putting the pressure on your, almost like the pads of your fingers and your heel of your hand like your foot, because you're gonna be balancing. So you wanna put some of the pressure on the fingertips as well. So if I'm putting pressure on the fingertips, I all of a sudden take a lot of pressure off the front of my wrist, but I'm still getting a good wrist stretch. Good. About 15 seconds for these. Same thing, leaning forward here. You just wanna make sure you're getting a good stretch in the fingertips, grounding down your fingertips and pressing forward, really pushing the back of your hand down as you drive forward with your body. The last one is a rotation. So coming back up again, a little sweaty for you guys, I know, wrist exercises, woo! But this wrist rotation, it's almost like you've got just jello arms. You're rotating your wrists, and you can rotate them the other way. You wanna keep them loose and flexible because that's why you're having some trouble with any kind of floor exercise because you don't have enough flexibility in the top of your wrist. So keeping your flexibility up in your wrist is super important for hand health, for arm health, and now you've got a handful of exercises that will help you get stronger in your wrist. So if you like this, you love it, make sure you check out all the other workouts and tell us what you want. If you're hurting on something, if your knees hurt or your back hurt, you want butt exercises, comment down below because we are here for you and only you. So go ahead, click down below and let's do it.